great to see you on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm Michael Aaron, meteorologist Nathan Scott over in the Weather Center. A beautiful blue sky out there today, Nathan. Just really nice weather after what was a rocky week last week. But we don't need to live in the past. Let's just enjoy this, shall we?
Good afternoon, Michael. Yeah, it's onion weather because this morning we started off, you need the heavy winter coats. We woke up with temperatures into the 20s in many spots. Dropped down to 32 in Little Rock. 23 was the low in Searcy and 21 Arkadelphia. But the temperatures have warmed up nicely with all that sun. Also, that breeze from the southwest has boosted the numbers up, closing in close to 60 degrees at Little Rock. Also Hot Springs, already 61 in Camden, the cold spot where there's still more sleet or snow on the ground in Jonesboro, there into the upper 40s. But we do have some breezes out there from the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and that's going to send the numbers up into the low to mid 60s for highs here in central Arkansas. That breeze stays up through the course of the evening, so we're only dropping down into the 40s even around midnight. So this is going to be a great day to enjoy the outdoors, open up the windows, maybe get some of that spring cleaning done, as the temperatures will be unseasonably warm for this time of year. The warming trend continues into the rest of the work week. I'll let you know how high the temperatures will go coming up.
All right, Nathan, while the peak of the Omicron surge may be behind us, we're now seeing its impact on the state's death toll. Deaths are a lagging indicator of the severity of each COVID-19 spike. In the last week, 200 COVID-related deaths have been added to the state's total. It now sits just below 10,000. Despite that unfortunate trend, we're seeing improvements in our cases and our hospitalizations. Arkansas reported 729 new COVID cases yesterday. 33,000 people are currently fighting the virus. More than 1,400 are in the hospital this afternoon. And a quick reminder, Governor Asa Hutchinson's weekly COVID-19 update, which would usually take place this afternoon, has been moved to Thursday at 1:30. You can watch that on thv-at-noon.com. A number of states are ending mask mandates as numbers continue to drop across the country. Delaware, Connecticut, Oregon, California, and New Jersey are all ending their requirements either immediately or by the end of the month. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy says the likely approval of vaccines for kids under 5 factored into the decision.
And so it's a combination of cases, hospitalizations, positivity rates of transmission, all going dramatically in the right direction.
In New York, once the epicenter of the pandemic, the governor hinted she may remove the school mask mandate this week, but also wants to see child vaccination rates go up. Social media posts claim the CDC has changed the definition of vaccine. Ariane Daytil looked into it and is separating fact from fiction in today's Verify.
Posts on social media point out an alleged change to the CDC's definition of vaccine. Some claiming this update took place because the COVID-19 vaccines are ineffective. Several viewers, including Mike, emailed Verify asking, did the CDC change its definition of vaccine? So Mike, let's verify. Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and Wayback Machine, a digital archive tool. Using the Wayback Machine, Verify found this archived CDC webpage from May 2018. At the time, the CDC defined vaccine as, quote, a product that stimulates a person's immune system to produce immunity to a specific disease, protecting the person from that disease, unquote. In September 2021, the CDC changed that definition. It now reads, quote, a preparation that is used to stimulate the body's immune response against diseases, unquote. The word immunity isn't included in the latest definition. Instead, it focuses on the stimulation of the body's immune response. So why the change? Well, a spokesperson for the CDC told Verify that, quote, the previous definition could be interpreted to mean that vaccines were 100% effective, which has never been the case for any vaccine. So the current definition is more transparent, unquote. So we can verify, yes, the CDC did change its definition of vaccine back in September 2021. The CDC, however, wasn't the only one to update their definition. Merriam-Webster revised and expanded their definition of vaccine in May 2021. Now their definition is similar to the CDC. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
Listen up, pet parents, I should say. Let's get to the story most viewed on thv-at-noon.com. A Central Arkansas woman warning others today after her dog gets caught in a wildlife trap along a popular nature trail. Ann Marks was walking her dog Gypsy, who you see there, at Bell's Slough in Mayflower. Marks says the unthinkable happened during their last visit when Gypsy stepped off the trail. She walked right into that wildlife trap there.
She's just started yelping, crying. I call it screaming because I've never heard anything like it. and I knew immediately, like, she's in a trap.
Animal control and firefighters freed Gypsy from the trap after nearly an hour. Mark says it was close to the walking trail and looked to be fully camouflaged with the surroundings. Now she's wondering how and why it's allowed. Arkansas Game and Fish spokesperson Trey Reed tells THV11 trapping is not against code in certain parks like this one.
We do have certain regulations that how you use them, the size of the trap.
Yeah, they must have identifying information on them for starters, which Reed believes was not the case with this trap that hurt Mark's dog. He encourages people to be mindful, watch where you're stepping, and to stay on the designated trails. From major groundbreakings to highly anticipated shows and sporting events, a lot is happening around Arkansas today. Let's start with the beginning of the largest economic development project in the state's history. U.S. Steel broke ground on its $3 billion mill in Osceola this morning. This is video from our partners at Arkansas Business. It will sit next to the company's existing Big River steel plant. The facility will include 2 electric arc furnaces. They'll have the capability of making 3 million tons of steel each year. The mill is expected to employ at least 900 people when it opens in 2024. It's special election day in Conway. Voters are deciding whether or not to approve a proposed community center and soccer complex. The complete project includes a pool, water park, a fitness center, and volleyball and pickleball courts. In total, the new projects would cost about $32 million. If approved, taxes would not increase. Polls close tonight at 7:30. The University of Arkansas is expecting a huge turnout on the Hill for tonight's Razorback basketball game. Bud Walton Arena is going to be loud as fans cheer on the Razorbacks. They're hoping to defeat the #1 ranked team in the country, Auburn. Head coach Eric Musselman doing whatever he can to get people to pack the arena. He posted an excuse absence note on his Twitter page for those who may have work or school. If that doesn't work and you can't make it, the game starts at 6 o'clock on ESPN2. You can tune in there. Hey, THV11 will be there too, bringing you the very latest, including highlights tonight at 10. Today's a big day. The hit Broadway musical Hamilton opens at Robinson Performance Hall in downtown Little Rock, and you have the chance to score tickets for a fraction of regular price. THV11's Michaela Johnson has more on the Ham for Ham lottery.
Here at the Robinson Center, and just up these steps as our guests will enter to see the Broadway show Hamilton for the next 2 weeks. Now going into the second week, some guests will be able to go for as low as $20. Now this is all thanks to the Ham for Ham lottery. The Ham for Ham lottery is going for the second week of shows again, so the 15th through the 20th. For those performances, 40 tickets are set aside for winners of this lottery. All you do is download the Hamilton app, register and fill out the forms, pick your show time, what day you'd like to see it, and then cross your fingers to see if you scored these fraction of the price tickets. Dina McCormack with Celebrity Attractions says if you're on the fence about the Ham for Ham lottery or just the show in general, that this musical is one of a kind.
Hamilton is a show for everyone. I mean, it has a wide range of music styles and it brings the history to life, and it made a difference in Broadway theater history. It'll make a difference in your life too. It's a great story.
Not everyone is able to afford a ticket to a Broadway show, so the Ham for Ham lottery was created to make the show accessible to anyone. Now, an orchestra seat at the performance hall for Hamilton costs just under $200. So getting a ticket for $20 for you and a guest is such a steal, especially for a show that's as popular as Hamilton. Reporting in Little Rock, Michaela Johnson, THV11 News.
The performances kick off tonight at 7:30. The Ham for Ham lottery ends this Thursday at noon, and then the winners will be chosen. Nathan, I have my tickets to the show. Yesterday we were talking about these Valentine's Day gifts and experiential Valentine's Day gifts. So don't throw away your shot here, Nathan. Don't throw it away.
Yeah, I've never been to a Broadway show, honestly.
What?
But I've seen Hamilton on Disney Plus.
Okay, and it's great.
You have to pay attention because the song and dance, it's very distracting. You're like, okay, there's a story I need to pay attention to. Let me listen to what they're saying.
Singing, for that matter.
And singing, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if they speak once. I think it might just all
maybe
be singing.
A little bit.
But it's a great. That's the only time I've seen it on Disney Plus. So exciting to see it here for ourselves in downtown Little Rock.
It's good to see Little Rock getting back to normal and bringing in some great shows.
Yeah. All right. Keeping COVID out is the name of the game of this year's Winter Olympics, but that's easier said than done. More on China's efforts to keep athletes safe coming up right here at 12:16. Plus, the nominations are in and people are excited for this year's Academy Awards, the movies that racked up the most nods a little bit later, Nathan.
And I'm sure people are excited about all the sun we're seeing and the warmer temperatures. And guess what? This is just the start of a warming trend going into the rest of the work week. We could hit 70 degrees. I'll let you know when that day is possible coming up.